Hi, welcome back. Today what can I say? My book come through from Mixam, the one that I published. Now this is just really a draft copy to see whether or not A, I've got the formatting right, and B, just really give me a feel for what it actually looks like in the flesh. Now to give you an idea of what kind of thing I'm after, and we'll see in a minute. I haven't opened the box yet, so I'm excited, scared, but pleased. It's another step forward to realising the dream of writing for a living. So this is the War of Wells. This is the Time Machine by H.G. Wells, and I'm basing my expectations on this book because I think they're quite similar in size and style. So we've got a usual cover, probably about a 250 gram paper. That's how much I've been looking into it, and page count comes in at just over about 110 pages. So yeah, that's a professional version from my favourite author of all time. So let's have a look and find out what my one compares to, or how my one compares to it. First impression of using Mixam, yeah, pretty impressed. Their turnaround time was good. It was a week. Now I know I've only can't get this thing open now. I know I was only asking for one copy to be printed, and if you watch the last video, that's essentially so that I could check the quality and formatting, because printing your own book is fine, but bearing in mind this is also, it's a representation. It's all the hard work that you put into writing your book, your novel, and you want the representation of yourself to be as best as it possibly can be. I mean, you don't want first impressions. You can never make a second first impression, so you really have got to get it right, and that's why, yeah, it might cost a little bit longer in long term to print one book and then go for it, but at the same time you don't want to have, I've just broken the pen. Oh, they have really well and truly wrapped this up. So can I get to it? No. What the? I've not got a clue what they've used to. Hang on. Well, that's a surprise. I've actually got two copies. So, well, hey, go me. Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that at all. So let's have a look. Have I got what I wanted? Feels quite heavy. So I'd say the first impression is wow. Wow, that's yeah. Here it is, at last. 20 years in the making. Yeah, you can see bit of a bodge. Spine needs to be improved. Compare it with, so say, a professional. This is what I was after. So yeah, you can tell that the artwork that I supplied for the spine it's been condensed somewhat, so that would need to be sorted out for a proper run. It's heavy. I say it's heavy because I've chosen the wrong paper on the interior pages, but I don't know, I like it. It's wow, I'm actually holding it for the first time ever. So there's the settings for the gutter and all that. I don't think I used the gutter, I just used the margins to space the pages out. and that's possibly a mistake, because the print, you can see it's on the spine, so it's a little bit too close. There you lose a little bit, but not enough really. Once you actually open the book up, it yeah. Well, no, as you actually get into the book, I can't see. There's no loss of text in the actual crease. So I think the only smells good. Yeah, the only mistakes I'd say that I have made on this is choice of paper on the inside. I put the order in incidentally. Well, first of all, I got some samples from Mixam, and after speaking to them, I thought that all samples were going to be in the one packaging. So once I got the samples, I've based my decision on type of paper for the interior on that, and so I put in the order, and then a day later another sample comes through full of paper. And I think what I would do when this goes to print properly is I will adjust the spine so that actually suits, so it matches the front page, the cover, because so at least it looks, so it's proportionate, because that's the problem, is it's not proportionate, is it, as you can see. So I'll do that, change the spine cover and change the paper type, because it's a little bit too, I think it's more like a leaflet. It doesn't feel, if we go back to the time machine, it's got proper paper in there, it's uncoated, and it's professional, which you'd expect obviously from Puffin. So yeah, wow. I think it's over heavy. It's over heavy. It's too heavy. It feels heavier than it should because it's the wrong paper. So I think once I've sorted out the paper and the spine, then this will be going on sale at Comic Con in 19th of July. So incidentally, if you want a cover artist, I am going to start linking the website of the lady that I've used. Her name is Ellie, and she's a young artist trying to find her feet in doing book designs and comic book stories, comic strips. So yeah, I'm going to leave a link to Ellie's website, and if anyone's out there looking for a graphic designer or a cover designer, then certainly give her a shout. She's kind of like us, so she's starting the journey of being an artist at the same time that I'm starting the journey of being a writer. So that's why we've hooked up on that kind of on that. So she's going to do the covers and the artwork, and I'm going to write the stories. So let's just have a look at the other one, see if it is an exact same. Yeah, this feels exactly the same, so I've obviously just pressed 2 instead of 1. But it only cost me 25 quid, 35 quid in total with postage and stuff, so I can't really complain about that. So yeah, there we go. Right. Yeah, so I've run it really for what else can I say? Right, on to part 2, and that's really about mail lists. Now you'll see and hear a lot of people say that if you're going to become a writer, or if you're going to have any sort of website and web business, it's very good to get a mail list going. And some of these web companies will do a mail list for you as part of their packaging, which is all very well. But once you discontinue that agreement with your online provider, such as Wix or Ironson or such like, or even just web hosting, if you've got an agreement with them and that agreement ends, then you lose all your contacts. So people are recommending MailChimp, and I have to admit, having signed up myself, I would certainly recommend MailChimp again. They do a free, the first tier is free, that gives you 1,000 contacts. That at the moment 1,000 contacts is just something that I can dream of, but yeah, it's free to start off with. There are pay for packages that obviously the more functionality that you need, the more contacts you have, so as your audience grows they will charge extra for that. But as a start out, certainly recommend MailChimp. I've been able to link them into my website. It's very easy, and I can do a video on that if there's enough demand for it. Having done website design myself, you might be asking why don't I do website design full time. To be honest, it's one of those things that you need experience in, and not a lot of people are going to employ a total novice, no matter what your qualifications are, particularly when you're over a certain age. So I am a little bit familiar with how websites work and how HTML works. So doing the coding to put in the subscription box on my website I found it relatively easy. However, it's a copy and paste method. So really, again, if you've got the skills to use a word processor, then I would say you've got the skills, or at least the intent to be able to learn how to do it. And I'll do a video of that if there's enough interest. So thanks again for joining me. Yeah, it's quite surreal. I'm actually holding my book for the very first time ever. Broken Ceasefire is available on Amazon. Here comes the plug. And you can get it in paperback or ebook edition. The paperback edition on Amazon will not be the same as what I'm holding here, because I've printed this off independently for Comic Con. So yep, thank you very much for stopping by and watching this video. If I've helped you, please leave a comment down below. Give us a thumbs up, thumbs down. And if there's any videos or any part of the journey that I'm on, if I haven't discussed it already and you've got any questions, drop them in the comments box below. Sign up to my subscribed mail list and send us an email. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Thank you very much for watching. Cheers.